Brendan thinks you can't be a good stand-up comedian and also be a present father.
Experience with your friends, with your family, for what? For what? What's the reason?
Also, most of those optimization expert guys don't have kids. I don't know who follows them. I don't. What the fuck are you talking about?
Bro, when you
Surely human optimization would work better for a guy that does have kids anyway. Limited time available, limited resources, you know what I mean? You have to make it happen in the moment. Surely that would be the best person to really get, you know, human optimization advice from. Not some fucking content creator who, you know, has never worked a job in his life in the last 10 years or so. Like, come on, man. Come on.
you have kids, when you have 4 kids,
There's no such thing as optimizing.
Your priorities are so different because what happens is you care about. This is the best. My buddy Sam Sheridan said this, and I steal it from him all the time. He said, when you have children, and you have a wife that you love, you have people in your life whose happiness and fulfillment is more important than your own. And believe it or not, that's very fulfilling and it makes you happy. When you see your kids happy and healthy, you see your wife playing with your kids.
All of this cope is funny because they're only saying all this shit because they're not selling loads of tickets. If Callan was doing theater fucking tours in other countries and shit, there's no way he'd be doing all this shit, you know? He's only dealing with this shit or slubbing it down with these guys because it's got cancelled, you know? Simple as that, basically. Simple as that.
Whatever it is, the people you love, that's what a man, you feel like you're in a position of service. Even if you're grinding, it just changes
You have a
everything.
purpose, unless you're a fucking raging narcissist.
Yeah.
And that's still
And there's a
all
lot of
about
that.
you.
Also, you have
I know some terrible
Arnon?
dads.
You both have babies. What is the chance of you getting 10 hours of sleep and then waking up and seeing red light?
You work it out. You figure it out. You go to bed. You go to bed.
To be fair, Brendan's not the best example because Brendan has like a very weird kind of like agreement with his wife. It looks like she does most of the child raising and he just, you know, is there to buy gifts and shit. So he gets to spend a lot of time on his own, you know. He gets to kind of live a quasi bachelor life even though he doesn't, you know, he's got a bunch of kids, which is kind of weird in itself. But hey, I guess maybe that's a notion about the car itself. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows?
At a certain time.
What about like the average dude though? Like the guy who works in the cement laying, you know what I mean?
The average dude can figure out because at least he has a consistent schedule.
Yes. Sure.
I think it's tougher for like, there's no way I could do comedy and have 3 little ones. There's no way.
It's hard.
Coach their baseball, coach their football, go to the games on Saturday, Sunday. There's no way.
Well, for me,
I love how he insinuates there's no way you can be a good dad and also be a stand-up comedian. It's a pretty crazy insult considering his friend right next to him has like 4 kids split across 2 families. And it seems like based on that other interview with Tim Pool, he's still out here actively fucking, you know? I love how Brendan does it so often. Like he's almost like he's talking about Brian, but he's not, but he kind of is, you know? It's like, yeah, no way you can be a good dad if you're out here a comedian going on tour, performing everywhere, wanting to sell out theaters. How are you going to be a good dad, you know? So it's like his own cope, right? His own fucking cope at his dreams maybe not working out for him and people leaving, all this stuff, right? Is fucking hilarious, honestly. It's so, and then I love how he turns to Nick as well. He doesn't look at Callan. When he says that, he turns to Nick. He doesn't look at Callan. He actually turns to Nick only. But yeah, it's a very, very, very thinly veiled dig there, I think.
I don't know who's figured it out. I've never met a comic who's figured it out.
well, for me, doing the Mothership, trying to do it at 11 and then getting up with my kids, I had to kind of pull back on that because
That's a young man's game for people my
It's a
age.
young man's
It really is. Like doing late night stand up
It's hard.
with your boys and that's like a young single, like even now, like
No, it isn't. When all those guys were at the Comedy Store talking about how great it was to hang at the Comedy Store car park, they were all old as fuck. Joe Rogan's always been old. Like they were never in their 30s. They were always like late 30s, early 40s at least back then.
me and my friends, like I was talking to Eagle back in New York and he's like, I can't do those like 2 a.m. spots anymore. And like at the Cellar, you're out until
When you're young, it's the
3 in the
best.
morning, you know, and it's fun. And when like you see,
He
when
and
you
I-
break
he and I,
dawn
when
after
we were-
doing stand up.
you and I used to just, it was Venice.
Hey,
and we would just
the
hang.
best.
The best, right?
Yeah, and wonder how many double teams they went through. Wonder how many double teams they went through there.